Hey, going, Lincoln here from Landfish TV, and what you just saw is my missus tying an FG knot. She's never tied a fishing knot at all before, and it's called the FG WIZZ, and it makes tying an FG knot super easy. So what I normally do is lean my rod against part of the jetty, chair, something like that, or I wrap the line around my fingers and tie an FG knot like that. But this tool seems like it's a winner. So the FG knot is what I use to connect my braid to my leader, which is one of the things you need to do when you fish with lures and soft plastics. You need to have a fluorocarbon leader there, or a mono leader. And the FG knot is the slimmest and strongest knot for you to be able to do that, basically. So if you're using an FG knot, you're going to be able to get longer casts because you're not going to get basically caught up on your guides or anything like that. It's going to feel a lot smoother. It allows you to have a longer, even a wind-on leader, and it's just one of the best knots out there. And apart from the FG knot, the only knot I really use is the uni knot, which is to connect the leader to the lure, or the jig head, or the hook, depending on what I'm doing. Anyway, I'm going to run you through how to use it and where to get it. Seems pretty cool. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take you step by step how to use the FG WIZZ to tie a kick-ass FG knot. So step one of doing an FG knot on the FG WIZZ is getting your main line and measure out 2 lengths of this bottom plate. So there I've got 2 lengths, and on this first bobbin, I'm doing with this main line, I'm going 3 times in a clockwise direction. So 1, 2, 3, and keeping the line tight and bringing this second bobbin back a little bit. I'm keeping pressure in this line and I'm wrapping that around 3 times. So this end now becomes the tag end, and this is the main line. So step 2 is to turn the FG WIZZ away from you with the tag end facing away. I've got this black book here just to help you be able to see what I'm doing from the top, because I'm going to turn this GoPro on. I'm going to show you this angle as well. What you're doing, you're getting about, I don't know, maybe 10 centimeters or a bit more crossed over from the top, like an X. And what I'm going to do then, I'm just going to wrap a bit of this around my pinky so I can keep pressure on it. And all you're doing is pushing it down, so you got that X there, so you can see it's being pushed down. Going to pinch that. Going to go under the main line and pull it tight. So that's one loop. Then you're using your 2 fingers here to put pressure back down on it. Going on the other side. Another loop under, pulling it tight. So that's 2 loops. I'll show you again. So you're going to go under, pull it tight, clamp down with your 2 fingers, go to the other side, under, and what you want to do, you want to make sure you're maintaining the pressure throughout the line to make sure the knot has no bumps or bubbles in it of this line. And what you're going to do, you're going to do that about 20 times. So now I've got my 20. That's the end of step 2. As long as you clamp down on that and make sure when you let go of the line, it's not going to be any looseness in there. So for step 3, so you've got this clamp down, you're going to go over the top bit, you're going to do a half hitch, which means you're going over and then you're bringing it back through the loop in that line. And what you can do, you can pull that and you're going to hear a little click. So that little click. And we're doing these knots, doing 2 of them to lock those loops in. So we're going to the bottom now, we're doing that half hitch again. So through that loop, pulling it tight and listening for that click. There you go. So I can now let go of this and it's not going to go anywhere. And that's the end of step 3. So step 4 of this is to take your tag end, which is up here, and just take it off. Take those loops out because you wrapped it around 3 times. So that's off. What you're doing, you're just going to test the strength of the knot you've just tied. So just grip this a little bit, give that a pull, put some pressure on it. Now that's fine, that's not slipping at all. That's been tied perfectly. So what you're going to do, you're going to get your leader, so your leader end, and you're going to go clockwise around that second bobbin again. So 1, 2, 3 of them, that's locked in. And with this tag end, the end of your leader, so that's the bit you're going to chop off, just tuck it in like that, just to get it out of the way. And with your tag end for your main line, what you're going to do is a half hitch one way over the top, pull that down, tuck this leader back in if it gets in the way again, then go under and do a half hitch, pull that tight, go over and do a half hitch, and then go under and do another half hitch. Now, all that's left to do is chop this tag end off and chop that tag end off. So what you're doing, you're going to get as close as you can to the leader line, snip it off. Then what I like to do with this main line now is after you've cut that leader knot, just do 2 half hitches, one way and one the other way, just to lock it in that little bit more, just in case. You don't have to do these 2, but might come in handy. Then what you're doing is simply snipping this off, leaving maybe 1.5 mil or 2 mil of the tag end, just so you can see if your knot is coming loose, because then if you know there's a longer tag end than that, it's starting to come loose. But if tied properly, this FG knot should not come loose at all. So that is the finished product for the FG knot. So I'm going to take it off. I'm going to make sure it's going to hold up. There you go. There is a kick-ass FG knot.
As you can see, the FG WIZZ is a pretty easy tool to tie the knot. So if I can do it, of course you can do it, mate. So if you want to find out more, check out their website in the description below. And don't forget to
like, share, subscribe.
Enjoy.
Well, first bit of action for the night. Rod just went off.